Well, we'll get started. There's still some people packed in the outside, and but we've never had something this big. And I'm trying to think, I send out at the beginning of promotion season, I call it promotion season, everybody acts a little bit different, works a little different, and I said, at the end when this whole process is done, I said we're going to have a handful of people who are very, very happy, and everybody else in the promotion season is going to be like, oh. And it's a very difficult time. It's a difficult time for everybody. And a big part of this is because our chief deputy, who's been here for 112 years, is finally retiring. And but that's not now. It's not till January 3rd or 4th or whatever that is. And then he's officially going to retire. But that triggered, and we have Lieutenant Gil Ben, who's leaving in February. That triggered a huge amount of promotions. And we have got, and I guess I'll do part of it. I'll do the top one last. But we've never had 7 people at one time getting promotion, and a bunch of other people that deserved it, really almost as much as they did, be part of it. And it's very difficult. It's difficult for, it's difficult for them to go through and do everything that they've done, to do a good job for years, and in some cases it's decades, and to really stand out and shine. And I have really no issue saying that we have probably the best supervisory and command staff now than we ever probably did before. The group that we have is outstanding, and that doesn't mean just the ones here, but everyone who does a supervisory role here at the Sheriff's Department is outstanding. Every time I go places or I meet with people that have to deal with our command staff, they're like, wow. When we had promotions recently, we had sheriffs and chief deputy and our civil service, and they said no matter who are the 4 people you pick for the chief deputy spot, you can't lose. And I wish they would have said at one point, oh, you can take this person out because they really stink. But they didn't. They said everyone shines. And it made that spot even harder to pick. But I'm going to start off today, and now they're all acting, I'm just pretending, but they all officially hold the rank, but because of the chief deputy not retiring until January and Lieutenant Gil Ben not retiring until February, they won't actually get paid, and some of the things don't actually happen until those people actually leave. No. Good job, Eric. Just ruined my picture. You really didn't see the camera right there? All right. Yeah. The fact that we did this differently now, because we didn't used to come in and make this big a deal. And I don't know why we did, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. These men up here are all getting promoted and holding these ranks. And the first one, I'll read their little bios. Detective. As of yesterday, or really as of, till I hand this to you, Deputy Joshua Schreiner. Detective Joshua Schreiner is hired on January 20th, 2009. He is an evidence technician, accident investigator, and field training officer. Detective Schreiner holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from UW-Milwaukee. He will be a general assignment detective. He's one of those, and I'm going to say this probably for each one, he's one of those rock-solid people that whenever he gets a call or gets assigned something, he's outstanding in what he does. And I'm very, very proud to give a brand new detective badge to our newest deputy, Detective Josh Schreiner. All right, you're done. You're old history now. All right. Deputy Ray Merlin, until now, Sergeant Raymond Merlin was hired on January 6, 1992. He was a member of the Kenosha County Tactical Response Team from 95 to 2014. Sergeant Merlin is a defense and arrest tactics instructor and a firearms instructor. He serves as an adjunct instructor and a training and academy coordinator at Gateway Technical College. Sergeant Merlin holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Concordia University. Sergeant Merlin will be assigned to third shift patrol as a third shift patrol sergeant. And Ray has been here forever, it seems like, since 1992. And he is also one of the, if you just look at him, he is also one of our rock solid people. That has no neck. Because he's just, and if you ever get an email from him, all his credentials, it takes up a whole extra page of everything he's successfully done and he can teach and he can do. And he's going to be an outstanding asset to our supervisory staff. Congratulations, Sergeant. Thank you. Detective, now turning sergeant, Neil Paulson was hired as a deputy sheriff on February 6, 2003. He became an evidence technician, accident investigator, and field training officer. In 2007, he was promoted to detective and serves as a general assignment detective specializing in death investigations. Sergeant Paulson holds a bachelor's degree in law enforcement and justice administration from Western Illinois University. He'll be assigned as a second shift patrol sergeant. Neil's also one of those ones that's just a rock solid guy that in the detective bureau, he's one of the ones that you know that Neil gets it. He's got old people like Dave Smith. It's very questionable what's going to come out of that, what kind of product's going to come out of that. I can say that because him and I started almost the same day. We're a couple weeks apart. But Neil's one of those ones that is just a go-to guy in the detective bureau. I'm very, very proud to promote Detective Neil Paulson to now sergeant. Well, this one's going to be fun. All right. Sergeant turning lieutenant Horace Staples was hired as a deputy sheriff on July 25th, 1995. In August of 2001, he was promoted to sergeant, where he has served as the second shift patrol and administrative sergeant. Since 2013, he has been the commander of the Kenosha Drug Operations Group, or K-Dog. Lieutenant Staples holds a bachelor's degree in health and fitness and Lakeland College. He will assume the position of third shift patrol commander. Horace has been one of those guys, always rock solid, smooth, calm, quiet, shaky, I'm hearing in the back. And we've been waiting for Horace to get promoted for years. And if you put a test in front of Horace, he passes out and falls over on the floor. But he doesn't always do real well. But when you get past that test, he is an outstanding supervisor in this department. And really, I couldn't wait to get to this moment to give Horace Staples his lieutenant badge. Congratulations. Lieutenant Stephen Brandis was hired as a deputy sheriff on October 7, 2002. He became a field training officer and evidence technician. Lieutenant Brandis joined the bomb squad in 2006 and is bomb squad where things blow up. And is an FBI certified bomb technician. In January of 2011, he was promoted to sergeant. Lieutenant Brandis served in the U.S. Marine Corps and holds a bachelor's degree from UW Parkside in business management. He will assume the position of second shift patrol commander. Pretty impressive. He has basically been doing this job for several months already because the guy that's next in line, we asked him to step forward and run with the New World program that the department's going to get. And Stephen has done it without hesitation, without question, he's been running second shift for months. And Stephen is also one of those guys. I know when I call up on second shift and he speaks so fast, I can't tell who I have to listen to their voice sometimes. Sergeant Brandis, now it's Lieutenant Brandis. I'm like, oh, Steve? But he is one of those, again, rock solid people that has always been a shining star in our department. And I'm very proud to give you the lieutenant badge. Congratulations. This one's questionable. Currently lieutenant, changing to Captain Justin Miller, was hired as a deputy sheriff on October 7, 2002. He was appointed to the bomb squad in 2008 and to the hostage negotiations team in 2007 and is currently the commander of that team. In January of 2011, he was promoted to sergeant and served assignments in patrol and conveyance. Captain Miller was promoted to lieutenant, and on December 15, 2014, where he was served as a second shift patrol commander, Captain Miller served in the U.S. Navy and holds a bachelor's degree from Carthage. He served as an adjunct instructor at Gateway Technical College. He will assume the position of Detentions Division Commander. Justin is one of those ones, great sense of humor, a lot of fun, glad he's joining the ranks of captain. We'll get to see him more often. And he's also one of those ones that, as he moved up through the ranks, we always said, Justin's a shining star. He will, in the captain's position, this is where we knew he would be someday. We just didn't think it'd be this fast. No, we did. We're very happy. And I'm very happy. And this is probably between our old chief deputy, our new chief deputy, and 3 captains, this is probably the best administration that you will ever see in this department. I am so proud of these 5 people. It's just, this is it. This is the dream. So Justin, congratulations, man. Captain. Thank you. All right. Captain turning to Chief Deputy Designee. Chief Deputy Mark Levin was hired as a deputy sheriff on July 30th, 1990. In July of 2001, he was promoted to sergeant, where he supervised 1st and 3rd shift patrol. In January of 2011, he was promoted to lieutenant, where he's in command of the Conveyance Bureau and was a member of the Courthouse Security Advisory Committee. Chief Deputy Levin was promoted to the rank of captain on December 14, 2014, and he has served the detentions commander, where he has been overseeing the Kenosha County Detention Center and the Kenosha County Pretrial Facility. CD Levin holds, and we changed it because we have a current CD, and I call him LC, little deputy, or LIC for short. Holds a bachelor's degree from UW-Milwaukee, where he's majored in criminal justice. When we promoted Captain Weicker, Captain Halsey, and Captain Levin, I knew, I don't think they did, but I knew that this group, one of them, and I know Lieutenant Bill Beck was in this group too, but I knew that during their reign as captains, we would have to make this promotion. I knew the chief deputy was going to leave. Most of the department thought he would be here forever. And he finally, we've talked about this, the chief deputy, that one, talked about this for years. When he was going to leave, what he was going to do. And I said, you can go anytime, don't let me do anything to keep you here longer than you have to. And because I knew that we had 3 captains to choose from that were going to be truly nothing less than stars. And in January, when he came back from a 2-week vacation, he says, I've decided. I did the same thing. He came back from vacation, he goes, I decided, I'm going to leave in a year. I'm going to give you time to do this. And part of me thinks that was a curse, because trying to make a decision in a whole year, or it really boiled down to about 8 months, you have that much time to ponder and question and think and do whatever you need to do to come up with this promotion. Was tough. It was grueling. And it was tough on everybody. It really was. And for those that didn't see it, it was brutal to me. As I went through this decision, all 4, and I'll include, because Bill, there was 4, and the way it worked is civil service, and then the sheriffs and the 1 chief deputy did the testing and the interviews. And truly, the sheriffs and the chief deputy said, from Racine, Walworth, and Rock County, said, wow. They truly just said, wow. They said, there isn't anyone that you couldn't pick that you would not feel comfortable having there. And they said, we envy the position you're in, because we don't have that. If we had to pick a new chief deputy, I know my top 3 or 4 people, I would not have that same issue. It wouldn't be the same. So when they told me that, I was hoping they would go, this one really stinks. It didn't work that way. So then, unfortunately for Bill, he got weeded out the first time. It all goes by score. It came down to the top 3 captains. And then, ever since I had those numbered, who was the top 3, then it became truly serious for me. And it was so tough. Each one of the 3 captains on different days were my top choice. Each one. I could have been, if it would have ended on different days, it may have been a different captain. It may have been. And I said, I'm waiting for a light bulb to come on. I'm waiting for something to click. And don't know what it was, but all of a sudden, a light bulb came on. And I wouldn't have been wrong picking any of the other candidates. I know I wouldn't have been. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the 10% discount he's going to give me on the next kitchen cabinet. Just teasing. I am thrilled that our next chief deputy is going to be, and I told him, I said, it's really going to stink, because I called the old chief deputy at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I said, okay, this is my brainstorm. He would go, okay, let's just talk about this. I said, get ready for it. He says, I'm ready. So I'd like to introduce the chief deputy that will be officially taking over January 4th, but will be one of really 5 people that will be heading this department into the future, and that's Chief Deputy Mark Lovett. Well, I wasn't expecting anyone else to give a speech, but since we have a new chief deputy that's on his way to take over with me, you want to say a few words or no? You got glitter on your lip. Are you wearing makeup? Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know what to say. All I can say is, wow, what an exciting opportunity. I'm truly thankful for the sheriff and the complete department to give me this opportunity. The opportunity Chief Deputy has given me to follow theoretically in his footsteps. I hope I can do it with as much honor, dignity, and compassion as that man has showed us, at least for my 26 years here at the Sheriff's Department. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, and hopefully, I can do as good job as the current Chief Deputy has done. Thank you.
One thing I did that we've never done before, and they called it a 360 review. I sent out and I asked all the supervisors here in this department if they wanted to. I hope they wanted to, and most of them did. They sent me back there, and it was, if I remember, it was like 3 or 4 pages, and a lot of it was, rating people and ranking them and coming up with some comments at the end. And I told them, all the supervisors did, I said, I'm not showing anybody else. I'm the only one that's ever seen these. And they're safely tucked away, and in the not too distant future, I'm probably going to shred them all up. But I really, for all the supervisors who did that, I love it. I love that you guys did this. And you can see, like, there's some supervisors that everybody ranked low, but in their mind, whatever score they got, everyone was, in that same or in that category. So it's easy to kind of interpret where they ranked. Some people were all in the middle of the road. Some people walked on water. And I only did this for the chief deputy's position, and some people sank in water. But you could tell that there were different situations that someone did with that supervisor that played an important role in their life, whether it be good or bad. But the reviews that we had for the chief deputy's position for the 4 candidates, like I told you, the chief deputies, the sheriffs and the chief deputy, the interviews, they were the same thing. They basically said, and a lot of the comments in there were, you can't go wrong by any one. I mean, that's what the supervisors picked and said for each of the chief deputies positions we had here. It was, I'm glad we did that, and actually I want to send one out for me, and I'm very afraid of what the results will be, but that's okay. It's nice to know and see and learn where your strengths and weaknesses are. And all of our candidates, including the one up here that I picked, have very few weaknesses. And that was part of my final ending that I picked was, they all have so many strengths. You make a page like this, then you have what are the weaknesses, and that page was very small. So it was really tough to pick. And to all the candidates who got on that list, thanks for doing it. Thanks for going through that. Thanks for being part of that, and thanks for all you do at this department. you're pretty special, no matter whether you got it or you didn't. Thank you. All right, that is it. That concludes the ceremony, as far as I know. All right. You can mingle, you can take pictures, you can eat stuff, you can we'll get a pictures, we'll get a group picture. Group picture. All right. And today I'm wearing, this was the black uniform. This is something that I saw someone else wear one time. And this is the very first time it's ever been worn. If you hate it, let me know. If you like it, let me know. I'm not saying we're all switching to it. It's just a change of pace. The black, this is normal. This is our dress uniform. This is different. So that's why you see me in black today. This was just a test. I just wanted to see what you guys thought. That's it. 2 okays, 2 thumbs up, 3 likes, 3 likes. All right. All right, so get lined up here for pictures, guys.
Son of a